Let's see if we're recording here. No, we are not. Oh, yes, we are. Hello, guys. Jack Knight here. Awkward start, anyhow. So, I stumbled upon the issue of forgetting to raise my mic volume, and now it was really quiet, and now I had to start all over again. There's nothing wrong with it, it's just that it's slightly annoying and have to talk about everything I just talked about. Sounds very redundant, but in the end, at least it gives me another chance to not sound like a schizophrenic freak who forgets everything he says. To start off, my base story started around 2017, 18? The reason I say 2017, 2018-ish is because, like, I was in that weird point in the middle, but also not in the middle. I was, like, mostly through the year, but not. I discovered this game through a sponsored ad, I believe, and I joined, and having no idea what to do, I asked someone, so how do I get my boss, after wandering into the battlefield a few times trying to fire at nothing that I didn't have to fire with. And I asked someone, they said refresh bots, so I said refresh bots. And I did the first logical thing that came to mind. Charge into battle, no shift block, no nothing, just with the will to say, let's try this again, shall we? Over and over as I constantly died and died again to these absolute, what's the nicest term to put into it? Douchebags who didn't offer any help, but I don't expect any sort of help for newbies. I feel bad for new players, especially for people like me who had no idea what to do. So I just sort of started figuring out stuff on my own, started figuring out strats such as, oh, I forgot to point out a few major details that were important for the time. At that point in time, there wasn't, like, the top bar you see at the top right of the video, that wasn't there. Originally, you just had to type make ready, present, fire. Now, this was the issue for a few reasons. You had to be hyper specific what you said, so you had to spell make ready MakeReady, with a space in between the make and the ready. And now, if you didn't do this, nothing would happen. Thus, the person who didn't make the spelling mistakes, and it was an absolute spelling perfectionist, won. That and the speed typer. Keyboard warrior, like such speed. And it was pretty unbalanced for the people who could actually type. Now, for me, who typed like, once I started taking typing class in 6th grade, that solved my issue, though. I think I was in 6th grade at that point in time. I don't know. And I'm sorry, my throat's a little dry from talking so much, and I didn't get a glass of water. But I'll just keep talking. It's fine. I'll just get a glass of water afterwards. And I think I played for up to 3 to 5 hours at a time. And granted, this was very unhealthy for my already dying laptop because it needed breaks to cool down. And I didn't provide that, so that was kind of my fault for speeding the process up. Now, the community itself wasn't actually that bad. There's not much toxicity at all. There's joking toxicity, but there's no toxicity as in they're like going, haha, lol, you suck. That never really happened to me, so I'm kind of lucky. I think there were a few toxic people that I met, but, like, generally speaking, toxicity, why be toxic in a game like this? I never got that kind of logic. And it helped entertain me through my roughest time, which was 6th grade. And there were a lot of games that helped me do that. But, you know, I just played it. It made my day feel better, and then I felt accomplished. I hit level 25, and I just kind of went up from there. gameplay was very riveting at the time. Had a lot of interesting tactics involved, lots of charging for sure. And speaking of charging, charging back then would literally break your computer. Well, not the computer, but like it would just generally break your FPS, because you would run into them, and the bots contacting causes a lot of lag. And what happens with lag is both sides end up lagging to absolute crap, unless they have a really good computer. And oh god, that was a large lag spike. They end up refreshing their bots. You end up refreshing your bots, and then in the end, you both just kind of go bleh, and then you both give up. And that was about it. As for the main actual combat, it was pretty good. Unless you got the one bloody person who just yelled charge. When they removed charge, they stopped doing that. Because they actually had to use line battle tactics instead of freaking yelling charge and then making... They just charge, get kills, and they wouldn't even have to do anything. And another thing about this community, KDR exists, but they just don't care about it. Like, I think I got 8,000 kills to 2,000 something. 2,400, I think? I don't know. It doesn't really matter in this game. You just generally have fun. And at that point in time, there was a limited amount of nations with very... I don't know if they still cut the same uniforms, but I don't know. And... Excuse me. And, yeah, that was about it. Now, as for highlighted moments in my time in the Bot Commander world, I remember a few things. There was one where I killed my first entire rank, which was a unit of around 15 men, which was, I think, the limit for the time. I don't know. I think because they said something about making the max limit about 5 months ago. 20. And I wore him down with one volley, then I chased him down, reloaded along the way, and then I captured him around some trees, and then I fired, killed his rank. And I remember that in specific because it was the first time I ever managed to do something like that, because I always managed to kill a partial part of the regiment, but them slaughtering me. Because I always used to use 1 rank instead of 2 rank. I found out how to use 2 rank very quickly, though, after that. And because for extra information, double ranks provide more condensed fire as well as more chance to actually deal damage than a long rank. And so that's why they kind of just followed along that general rule. Follow the double rank and the shift lock. The shift lock allows you to move in ways that, you know, can allow you to dodge and weave through men and such. And another moment I remembered was when I was charging at some point, and now it sounds ridiculous, but pretty much all the server was in that pile. No kidding. Most of the server charged into the pile, and after that they just sort of killed the server because there was so much so many bots running into each other that it just caused massive FPS drops and so on and so on. And that, and I think the last one I remember is when they actually, ow, that hurt. After that, they sort of, no, they didn't sort of, they did. They upgraded the server count to 100, which the servers already have issues with 20 people at this point. And when they updated it, like, they got over 100 people to join. Let's just say The servers, to put it bluntly, had a tactical stroke, a brain aneurysm, and a seizure at the same time. That and it died. There was actually a guy who was a moderator, and it was a moderator with slightly better FPS. I tried playing, and yeah, I got booted out like 10 different times. And I found that the craziest moment there. And then I joined the Discord, which is where more stories occur. I remember when I joined the Discord I joined September 11th, 2019. I was the 923rd member to join, I think. I don't know. And I ended up actually freaking talking there for a little bit, but then I just kind of left it because the server wasn't very active. Still isn't very active, but still sort of active. And I ended up applying for moderator. Yeah, haha, I'm a Discord mod. Ha 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 ha. Yeah, no. It's not like that. The community's not full of pedos. It was just a general rank that allows you to be a moderator in-game so you can moderate the game rules. Because some people break them for some reason, such as exploiting. For example, a guy joined the game. Now, Corona. And the guy joined, and he was sped hacked. Now, I think the logic behind his brain was that if he sped hacked, that meant his troops would go as fast as he ran, but the bots have their own individual walk speed, which meant that they, didn't go with him, and he ended up just flinging off the map over and over and over. Some guy pinged the whole moderator team, pretty much everyone joined, and then, boom, that's the end of the story. He left after, like, 3 different moderators joined, including myself. And, anyhow, I applied for moderator once I became an applicant. I was accepted after my very, 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 very excessive submission. I just submitted it, and I think I listed something about my military history and the Continental Marines and how I generally know how to follow rules, how I'm unbiased, and other such. Besides that, it wasn't that hard to get in. I got in, and I was a trial mod. What I did as a trial mod, not much history, actually. I just sort of was a trial mod for a bit, just sort of joined the game, and then I started playing on my own time, and started racking up hours in the game as I desperately tried to find something to fix, but not much was done besides helping a few people. No exploiters, no trollers, nothing much. And then just recently, I think like 2 days ago, how often? I don't know. I lost track of days a long time ago. I became a real administrator after I was in this, after about a year, so that's about as close as you can get from a freaking long waiting list, because I don't know why. I think Ramdo, the head admin, was barely on, and thus no one really got promoted much until spots could open up, and I think they notified us as well, so about the things that were going on and how they couldn't rank us up, which was okay at the time and still is. Even if I didn't get ranked, I would have waited. And after that, not much occurred. There was one exploiter, and that was the speed hacker I talked about. Not much really happened to him besides he left the game. No one caught his username. And other such. But yeah, that's most of my story for, that's most of my story. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys have a great day.